Picture this. It's 1985, a time when most people are dreaming of the future, imagining what it might hold. But what if the future could be more than just a dream? What if you could actually travel through time? This is exactly what happens in the new sci-fi adventure, Back to the Future, where high school student Marty McFly's life gets turned upside down, and not just in the way you might think. Meet Marty McFly, your average 80s teenager. He's a high school student with a passion for music and a knack for getting into trouble. But what Marty doesn't know is that his life is about to become anything but ordinary. His best friend, Dr. Emmett Brown, or Doc as he's known, is an eccentric scientist who's been working on something truly mind-boggling, a time machine. And not just any time machine. It's built out of a DeLorean, the sleekest car around, and it's powered by the power of a lightning bolt. Now, Doc's not your average scientist. He's a bit of a wild card, always thinking outside the box, often more excited about his crazy experiments than the consequences. But one night, during a demonstration of the time machine, everything goes wrong. A freak lightning strike sends Marty on an unexpected trip back in time, to 1955. That's right. Marty suddenly finds himself in a completely different world. A time before he was even born, when rock and roll was still on the rise and everything was a little less complicated. But that's not the worst part. Marty has just made a huge mistake. He's run into his own parents, his young teenage parents, and it's not exactly the happy family reunion you might expect. Marty's mom, Lorraine Baines, is a sweet, innocent 1955 teenager, far removed from the unhappy alcoholic woman Marty will grow up to know. And Marty's dad, George McFly, is no powerhouse either. In fact, he's a shy, nerdy, and somewhat cowardly high schooler who's constantly bullied by none other than the infamous Biff Tannen. Biff, the school bully, is as nasty as they come. He's bigger, stronger, and a complete jerk to George, who has no backbone to fight back. And that's the problem. Marty quickly realizes that if he doesn't do something to get his parents to fall in love, and fast, he might never be born. That's right, his very existence is in jeopardy. Now, Marty faces a race against time. With the help of Doc Brown, who's just as lost in 1955 as Marty is, the two of them must work together to make sure that Marty's parents meet and fall in love, or risk erasing Marty from history altogether. But it's not that simple. Marty has to find a way to convince George to stand up for himself and take charge, all while avoiding Biff and making sure nothing goes wrong. Things get even trickier when Marty's mom starts developing a bit of a crush on him. Yes, you heard that right. And his attempts to impress Lorraine only make things worse. With time running out, Marty has to get his father to kiss Lorraine at the high school dance, setting the stage for their future together. But of course, things don't go according to plan. There's a showdown, a car chase, and even a little musical performance from Marty as he takes the stage to try and save the day. Through it all, Marty and Doc race against the clock to set things right and get Marty back to 1985. But when he finally manages to make it back, he discovers that even the smallest changes in the past can have massive consequences in the future. Marty comes home to a world that's very different from the one he left, one where his family is happier, more successful, and Biff is no longer the bully he once was. But in the end, the lesson is clear. No matter how hard we try, the future is always full of surprises, and sometimes the past just can't be rewritten the way we expect. As Marty rushes off into another adventure, you can't help but wonder, what will happen next? Will the time travel adventures ever end? With heart, humor, and plenty of action, Back to the Future is a wild ride that will leave you thinking long after the credits roll. So, buckle up, hold on tight, and get ready to take a trip you'll never forget. Back to the Future is a movie that shows us how our choices shape our world. And the future is never as far away as we think.